Good day, class. Today is our second day of samples and surveys, and this is going to be when we talk about biased sampling. Okay, so a survey question has bias when it contains assumptions that may or may not be true. Bias can influence opinion and can make one answer seem better than another. Survey questions must be carefully worded to avoid bias. Words that you need to watch for are exciting, boring, okay? You want to stay away from adjectives when you're asking questions, okay, for a survey, okay? No adjectives. Okay. A reporter wants to find out what kinds of movies are most popular with local residents. The reporter asks, do you prefer exciting action movies or boring documentaries? Is the question biased? Okay. Okay, yes, it is biased because it uses the word exciting and boring. So basically, the reporter, if you say you like documentaries, he's saying that you like boring movies. Okay. So the answer to this one is yes, it's biased. Okay. All right. And because it used adjectives, okay, are words that would influence. Okay, that might influence, okay, the survey. All right, let's look at another. Okay, all right. You can ask an unbiased question but still get biased results. Samples as well as questions can be biased. So right the slide before I gave you an example of a biased question. Okay, you need to think about not only who you are surveying but where and how your surveying is being conducted. For example, all voluntary response samples are biased. Okay. So give choices. For example, if you're standing in front of a Coke machine and you're going to ask people, do you like Coke or Pepsi? All right, they get a choice, but if you're standing in front of the Coke machine, you're sampling people that are choosing Coke, so your survey is going to be biased. Okay. All right, you want to determine what % of teens ages 14 to 18 watch wrestling on TV. At a high school wrestling match, you ask every third teenager, so what type of sampling are we doing? Okay, whether he or she watches wrestling on TV. How might this cause bias in the results of your survey? Okay. All right, first of all, the question's not biased. All right, but where we're at is biased. If you have students, okay, or teens, 14 to 18, at a wrestling match, okay, they probably are going to be more apt to be watch wrestling on TV. Okay, so this might cause bias. Okay, because you were at a wrestling meet. Okay. And those students are teens, okay, will be more likely to like watching wrestling on TV. Let's try another one. Okay. All right. Determine whether each question is biased. Explain our answer. Since global warming is a big problem, do you support government funding of studies on global warming? Okay. Is it biased or not? Okay. It is biased. Okay. And it is biased because it tells you it's a big problem. Okay, and if it's a big problem, we should be looking for solutions. So they're going to skew your answers to where you're going to say, you know what, if it is a big problem, yeah, I should support federal funding. Okay, so it is biased, and it's biased because they're telling you it's a big problem, so you should want to solve it. Okay, so you're more apt to want government funding on studies. Okay, all right, so that's my explanation. All right. Number 19, where would you most like to go on vacation? Okay. This is not biased. Okay. And it's not biased because there's nothing in the question that makes you lean one way or the other. Okay. But it is an open-ended question. Okay, so there's some bias with an open-ended question. Okay. All right, number 20, do you prefer shopping online or the excitement of going to stores with friends? There's the word, excitement, okay? Excitement means you're going to want to do that, so it makes you veer that way or skew that way towards an answer. So this is biased, okay? And because it describes, okay, what it's going to be like to go to stores with friends. So yes, bias. Question uses excitement to sway a decision. So it's they're sort of pushing you one. Okay? All right. A travel agent wants to determine whether a trip to France is a popular vacation for young adults. How could each factor described below create bias in the survey? All right. So A, an agent interviews people at an international airport. Okay. So how could that create bias? Okay. If you're at an international airport, you're going to get people that travel internationally, so they're more apt to go out of the country. Okay, so it's going to be skewed. Okay, so A, people at an international airport more likely to travel outside the country, so that's going to be skewed. All right, B asks us, an agent asks, would you prefer to vacation in France or in Italy? Okay. This is biased because what if they would prefer neither? Okay. Oops, sorry. It's a D. Okay. All right. C. Of the people interviewed, 86 took French, okay, class in high school. Okay. All right, this is biased because it includes most people who might prefer France, okay? Okay, because they took a French class. All right, that's it for biased. Have a great day.